Hello students, welcome to the course Network Theory. In the previous video, we explained you the concept of mesh analysis, right? So we show an example network and we written the equations using one is Kirchhoff's voltage law, another is general equation how we write, and then we will find out the mesh currents using one is calculator and another method is Cramer's rule. Okay, so to understand this concept better, so we'll see the problems here. Okay, so you'll see one problem based on mesh analysis with linearly independent voltage sources. Okay, so mesh analysis when we have independent voltage sources, and second case independent current sources is there. Okay, so how the changes will happen in the mesh equations and solving currents here. So we'll begin with first problem. Note down the problem. Find the voltage across resistance R in the network shown in figure by mesh analysis. Okay, so actually I am going to solve two concepts in one problem here. So one of the question paper they have asked that, so this one, okay, voltage across resistance R. I have to find out the voltage across this 2 ohm resistance. I need to find. Okay, so what is this voltage across here? For that I need to know what is the branch current here. So how I come to know this branch current? So I should know these mesh currents. Okay, so if I know that, then I2 minus I3 into this R, okay, will give me voltage across 2 ohm resistance. Okay, so for that I need to find the mesh currents. Another question paper, the same circuit they have given, instead of asking this voltage, they have asked this voltage. Okay, voltage across 20 ohm resistor. Okay, so what is the current voltage in this case? This is the branch, this branch voltage they are asking. So what is the current in this branch? It is purely I2 current. Okay, I2 multiplied by resistance will give you the voltage. Okay, so for both cases you require at least I2 and I3. I1 by part it will be calculated. Okay, so how to find mesh currents? Sometimes they will ask the same question, find the mesh currents I1, I2, I3. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, so you have 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, here 2 ohm and 2 ohm, here 20 ohm. Okay, and here you have minus plus 5 volt and here minus plus 10 volt. Okay, so in the example network this was there plus minus, but here it is having the opposite of this. Okay, so same way it will reflect in your mesh equations. So pause it and write down. I will go for the next slide. Okay, so how to solve this? Very simple. So compared to previous two problems, what you have done, source transformation or star delta transformation, you need to do every step reduction in the network and you have to get a simplified network and doing it, right? But in this you have ready-made equations now. So using these values you have to create the equations, three equations you need to generate, and then using calculator you have to find the values of current. Then using the formula I2 minus I3 into R, you have to find the voltage across this 20 into I2, you will get the voltage across this resistor. Okay, so also I will show you here a small video how we use calculate using calculator. So this is because DC network calculator is sufficient here, so no difficult. Okay, so we'll see that in the next step. Okay, so there are two methods I told you to find out the equation. One is applying KVL. Okay, so in this problem I have shown you the KVL, but in next subsequent I will directly show you with generalized one. Okay, even in this problem also I can show you. So first thing, first loop. Okay, just if you look at the figure there, so what you have. Okay, so just to go back. So in the first loop you have 10 ohm with respect to I1 and then 2 ohm which is I1 minus I2, right? So then 5 volt you have, plus 5 volt you have. So that's why 5 minus 10 I1 minus 2 I1 minus I2 equal to 0. So when you simplify this you will get minus 10 I1 minus 2 I1 plus 2 I2 equal to 0. If you write it, okay, so if you take right hand side and rearrange the equation, you will get 12 I1 minus 2 I2 is equal to 5. So this is applying Kirchhoff's voltage law and simplifying and writing I1, I2 terms. Okay, there is no I3 term here. That means it is 0 I3. Okay, minus 0 I3. Okay, just to show you the generalized equation now. So generalized equation, what is that? Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 plus Z13 I3. Z11 means self resistance, 10 plus 2 12 I1. Next minus sign will come for mutual resistance Z12 I2 minus 2 I2. Z13 I3. So there is no common element between 1 and 3. That's why 0 I3 it will come. So it is not there. So it is not mentioned. Okay. Equal to E1. So E1 is 5 volt. Okay. So which direction it is there? So normally the negative side it will be tail of the current will be there, and positive side it will be head of the tail, like that. Okay. So now this direction and this direction is same. That's why you are getting plus in the right side. Okay. Similar way, write the second one. So second loop, what you have, you can write the Kirchhoff's voltage law, whichever is convenient, you can go. Okay, I will not suggest which one to go. Whichever you feel easy, you can go for that. Okay, so as my practice, generalized equation is better, because writing and simplifying, you may leave a sign. Some mistakes will happen, I seen. Okay. Okay, first I will show you this KVL. So minus 2, I2 minus I1 with respect to mesh 2 now, okay, which is common between mesh 1 and mesh 2. You have the network there, just look at. Then with respect to the mesh, same. So you have 10 I2. So I think I have missed here something. Okay, so which is minus 20 I2. So one more resistance I have missed here, but in total I have written that. Okay, so just add this. It is not there in this equation. Minus 10 I2, then the resistance common between 2 and 3, minus 2 I2 minus I3, then minus 20 I2, which is in the bottom. Okay, so both problem I am solving in same problem, confusion. Okay, and there is no voltage sources in this circuit, so 0. So now if you group I1, I2, I3 term, you will get minus 2 I1 plus 34 I2 minus 2 I3. Okay, so this is minus sign. Okay, this is plus here. So just if we see the same with generalized formula, okay, so same values you are getting or not, we'll check. So first one, I1 term means which is common between these two. First 2 and 1, Z2 1, right? So it is minus 2 I1. Okay, then self resistance of this loop Z2 2 plus 10 12 12 plus 2 14 14 plus 20 34 plus 34 I2 self, no, that's why plus. Again then between 2 and 3 you have 2. Okay, and it is mutual, that's why minus 2 I3. So there is no voltage. See just the equation, so you can decide, okay, which one you feel better. So some cases this will be easy, some cases Kirchhoff's voltage law is easy. Okay, we'll see the problem, so you will decide. Okay, next third equation, same way. So mesh, we have given name. So minus 2 I3 minus I2, there is no I1 term here, so 0, because it is no common. So it is a KVL I3 minus I2, then minus 10 I3, then plus 10 here. Okay, so why it is plus 10? The direction is, so minus plus it is coming, so it is plus minus we have taken, so this will come minus. Okay, so just if you write the general equation now, 3 and 1, is there any common? No, so that's why minus 0 I1. Okay, minus sign because mutual, no. Then with respect to 2, Z3 2, it is 2 is there, so minus 2 I2. Then self 10 plus 2 12, self is there, so that's why plus 12 I3 equal to 10. So again here direction of current matters here. So direction of current is this way, as well as see here tail minus is there, head plus is there, so it is in the direction, so that's why in the right side it is. So in case if this voltage source is like this, okay, so as in the general equation, this side plus and this side negative, then it is opposite to this direction, so you need to write minus 10 in the equation. Okay, even when you simplify. Okay, that's why here this also plus here, this also 10, but in previous video when we have discussed, it was plus C1 minus C2. Hope you just turn over the page and see, okay, the difference. Okay, so now you have to, you got the three mesh equations. Now use the calculator and find out the three currents, very simple. So here one thing is, this is 0 I3 term is not there here in the first equation. Second equation all the three terms are there, but E this term is not there. And again third equation, here you don't have the I1 term, so you need to write like minus 0 I1 minus 2 I2 plus 12 I3 equal to 10. So now this you have to substitute in the equation and solve. Okay, So solving this, you will get the values. Okay, so I will just play a small video, just see the audio is coming or not. Okay, then we will continue with the continue the problem. In between I will show you how to insert these values in a calculator and find it. Okay, just wait.
Hello students, in this video we'll solve mesh currents using mesh equations. Okay, so one of the problem I will show you. So look at the equation 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you go to the calculator in the mode. So then you have their equation. Okay, so click equation, then you have two unknowns or three. So in this problem you have three equations, three unknowns, so select 3. So then enter the coefficients properly. So look at the first equation, you have 12i1, that means a1 is 12. Click next, b1 is -2. Then c1, i3 component is 0, so take c3 is 0, c1, and then d1 is right side term, which is +5. Okay, similarly second equation you enter, so you have -2i1, so -2, then you have +34, then you have -2 c3, and your right side you have 0. Okay, similarly third equation you don't have i1 terms there. Okay, so that's why you have to take first term a3 0, then b3 as -2, and then c3 as 12, and then right side you have the +10. Okay, so when you click enter, so you'll get all the three unknowns. So this is the first unknown x, which is nothing but your i1 current here, which is 0.42 amps. Similarly second, y equal to 0.075, which is the value of i2 current, 0.75 amps. And similarly z equal to 0.8458, so it is approximately, we can take 0.846 or 8458, you can keep. So that is the third unknown. Okay, so thank you.
Okay, so hope you have understood. Okay, so this is the same equation I inputted there in the calculator and try to show the answer. So just to see now answers. So this is what I got from that calculator, solving equation 1, 2, 3. So I got i1 is equal to 0.429 amps, then i2 is equal to 0.075 amps, and i3 is equal to 846 amp. Okay, so in which order you have written the equation? Okay, first term i1, second term i2, third term i3. Same way in the calculator you'll get x equal to y equal to z equal to. Okay, so this is the answer. So with this mesh currents, you know. Okay, but in the question they have not stopped here, right? So they asked voltage across resistance R in the network. Okay, R they have mentioned across 2 ohm resistor. So what is the branch current there? I2 minus I3. Okay, so what is I2? 0.075, and I3 is 0.846. So this is a higher value, so minus value you'll get, multiply by that into R. Okay, it is by Ohm's law, right? Current into resistance, so minus 1.542 volt. Okay, so this is the, if you answer this much, enough. Okay, but if the same question, sometimes they will ask you across 20 ohm resistor. Okay, so then you need to consider what is that. 20 is the resistor value and current is I2 in that branch. Okay, 20 into 0.075, you'll get plus 1.5 volt. Okay, so this is how we solve the problems using mesh analysis. Okay, and this is DC network and there are only independent voltage sources are there, so we will use the calculator and solve it. Okay, so we'll see now second variety in mesh analysis. Okay, that is mesh analysis with linearly independent current sources. Okay, so already we are finding mesh currents. If current sources are present, what is the change in writing the equation? Okay, so just look at here. We can handle independent current sources by recording the relationship between the mesh currents and the current source. So what we will do is, if current source is present in one of the mesh, okay, then whatever mesh current is there in that mesh, I2, I3, I1, whatever, we'll equate it to that current source. No need to write again the resistive term, all that. Okay, and we call that equation relating the mesh current and the current source as constraint equation. Okay, so always remember, to solve three unknowns you require three equations, but in this case instead of writing the mesh equation you will get a third equation as constraint equation, so that your unknowns reduces to 2 maybe. Okay, so that is how the this is a variation. Okay, the first step was, it was general. So now we are seeing the variations in mesh analysis. If independent current source is there, dependent is there, dependent current source is there, super node is mesh is there, all these variations we are going to consider. Okay, constraint equations. Just we will see one problem based on this. Okay, concept. So note down the problem. Find the voltage V naught in the circuit shown in figure. Okay, so you have the circuit here. So this is the mesh 1, this is the mesh 2, and this is the mesh 3. And they have told you to find out the voltage across this. Okay, and that means the voltage across the last branch. Okay, so you need to find out this voltage here. To find out this voltage, you require the branch current in this. Okay, what is the branch current in this? For that, you need to know I3 current. Okay, to find I3 current, you have to use mesh analysis here. So all the three equations you need to write. So now see here, there is an independent voltage source is there, whereas here and here you have two independent current sources are present in that mesh. So now instead of writing like first, okay, the self resistance and all, so straight away we'll write these two as constraint equation. Okay, how they are related now? So this is the direction of I1 current here, see here, and the 4 amps is also flowing in the same direction. So straight away we can say I1 equal to 4 milliamps. When it comes to here, the I2 current is flowing in this direction and 2 milliamps is coming opposite. So we can say I2 is equal to minus 2 milliamps. So you got already straight away two answers, I1 and I2. So using this value, we can use it in third mesh equation. Okay. So here no need of calculator also. By just substitution, you can get the answers. Okay. So I3, you have to write like mesh equation only. Okay. So how you write? You can either use the KVL or you can use the general equation. So now here all the three meshes are touched with 3, right? So which is with first one, and one more thing note here is all the resistance are in kilo ohm. Okay, kilo means 10 to the power 3 that you need to substitute. Okay, otherwise current will come in amps, so it should come in milliamps. When resistors are in kilo, so current will normally come in milliamps. Okay, so that's why this is one observation. So now with respect to third mesh, we'll write the mesh equation. With respect to 1 and 3, Z31 you have 2 kilo ohm, so that's why minus 2 I1, you will get minus 2 kilo I1. Then with respect to I2 you have 4k, so minus 2 4k I2, minus 4k I2, minus n because mutual. When it comes to self, it is 6 plus 4 10 plus 2 12k I3 equal to, so now you have that. So I3 is equal to, see this is the direction of current, and here plus sign is this side, minus sign this side, so you can straight away write it is plus 3. Okay, so that is how you will get the three equation. Then that I3 equation will substitute this I1 and I2 value, you will get the this branch current, then we will find out the V0. Okay, so that is the idea. So if you have note down, so now we'll solve this. So by inspection, we find that I1 equal to 4 milliamps. I shown you that how I got 4 milliamps, and how we got I2 is equal to minus 2 milliamps. Okay, so carefully you have to analyze it. Then third equation, we have written the mesh equation. So here KVL is applied and written, simply not simplified, because no need to do, right, because calculator is anyhow not required. But in case if you feel that better, so go for that equation only. Minus 2k I1 minus 4k, write down this. Okay, so after simplifying this, 4k I2 plus 12k I3 is equal to plus 3. Okay, so this is the equation. So now I1 it is 4 milliamps, right? So 4 milliamps and 2 kilo ohms is there. Okay, kilo and milli will cancel out. Okay, so you have the 2, right? Sorry, 4 into 2 minus 8 you will get. Okay, then minus 4k I2. Okay, so what is I2 current? Minus 2. Okay, so minus 2, kilo and milli get cancel out. Okay, so you will have minus 2 minus 4. What is that? Plus 8. Clear? Then you have 12i3 equal to 3. 12k i3 is equal to 3. So what is i3 from this? Okay, these two get cancelled out, minus plus. So i3 is equal to 3 by 12k. 3 by 12k will come. This is nothing but 3 ones are 3 fours are. That means 1/4. 1/4 means 0.25. And this kilo is there. If you take in numerator, it will become milli. So i3 is 0.25. No calculator also. Just you can do the calculation. So you got i3. So from this, you need to find the V0 now. So just the branch current. So what you have there? 6 into 10 to the power i3. Because in the last circuit, 6 kilo ohm. And you have the minus plus voltage, right? So this may be plus minus, we will be writing. If you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, so it is minus, here 3 is there, no, plus minus is there. Normally we will take minus 3, and this is minus plus will come. So that's why plus 6k i3 equal to 0. So that only I have written reverse way. 6k i3 minus 3 I have written. Okay, so here one more is minus V0 equal to 0. V0 is plus minus is there in that circuit, right? So that's why V0 is equal to 6k i3 minus 3. Substitute i3 value here 0.25 kilo milli, cancel out. 6 into 0.25 you will get 1.5. 1.5 minus 3 is minus 1.5 volt. So this is the answer. Okay, so hope you have understood now the two cases. If you have independent current sources, how we directly related. Independent voltage sources is there, we'll write the mesh equation and solve it. Okay, so with this we'll end the session here. So just go through these two problems. In the next video we'll try to solve the mesh analysis with dependent voltage sources and current sources. Okay, here we have seen independent, circle symbol. Next we will see diamond symbol. Okay, if it is present, how we are going to solve it. Okay, thank you. If you like the video, click the like button, and also you can share.